We are live, and somebody just knocked on my door, so my dog should be barking really loud for the next few minutes. But welcome, everybody. My name is Diane Rose Solomon. I'm the founder of Animal Magic Films. Here we go. And thank you for joining us for the 6th interview in the Science and Magic of the Human-Animal Bond interview series. We will be exploring many of the ways that animals help people and people help animals, because it's a both and conversation where we all benefit from the bond. I know I've benefited immensely from my relationship with my pets, and also a surprise therapy dog visit in the hospital years ago. But now we get to hear from you. And today we get to hear from Julie Holmes. So welcome, Julie. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you.
I met
Great
Julie.
seeing you.
Yeah, I met Julie years ago through the Women in the Pet Industry Network, which sadly is no longer an official organization, but we made some great connections there and great friendships that have stuck. Thank you, Shauna. So here's a little bit from Julie's official bio, and then I've got some questions for you, Julie.
Okay.
So Julie Holmes has been a part of Unique Manufacturing and Marketing, which is based in Denver, since its beginning almost 30 years ago. She was 12 years old when they started. And Unique was a family-owned business that was started to solve the problem of pet stains and odors in apartments. She is currently the brand director of the pet care division. She is a huge animal lover and always has a household and coop full of pets, with currently 2 dogs, a cat, 20 chickens, peacocks, and even sheep. And so she is a huge user of her own products. So let me start by asking, how did this whole business get started? Were animals just like peeing everywhere and you looked at each other and said, what are we going to do? You know, your tagline is "We tackle Tinkle." I love it. How did this all begin?
So it started, my father was in the janitorial supply business, and he would go in apartments, and if people had pets, they might have lived there 6 months. They tore out the carpet and they threw it away. And he's like, this is an immense waste. There's got to be a solution. About that time, they were working with bacteria. Remember the Valdez oil spill? They were using bacteria to clean that oil up. So they took the same science and started working and cleaning products. And we were one of the very first companies to come out and work in that field.
That is so cool. So you've created a product or multiple products that help people clean up these messes. Tell me a little bit about the products.
Okay, so our products are bacterial. So how that, and it's kind of nice. We're so glad for kombucha and probiotics, because that's really what our products are. Because for many years when we would say bacteria, people would, ooh, we'd get a lot of scary faces. You're going to kill us. But bacteria has so many beneficial uses. So what it does is the bacteria creates an enzyme. The enzyme breaks down any organic waste small enough for the bacteria to literally eat it. So it biodegrades it. It eats it, turns it to water and carbon dioxide, and it goes away. So when you clean your carpets with our product, you pour it on, and you just let the bacteria do its thing, and it will eat that up. And when it's gone, it's gone. So it eats organic things. So with pets, one of the issues is that whole marking thing. So that's a pheromone, and that's organic. So the bacteria removes that, and then it kind of helps on those type products, problems too.
I love that the kombucha market has helped you explain to people how your product works. That's kind of brilliant. That's very cool.
It is, because if you look in a kombucha bottle, and you see those strings, we years ago had our product in these clear bottles, and people would call us and they're like, there's really some icky stuff in there. So what do we do? It's like, that's the magic. That's what's making the carpet clean. But at that time, nobody could get their mind around that. So we put everything in a white bottle so we wouldn't see it.
Very, very smart. So how does this help people? How does it help animals?
Well, one of the things is, when you have pets, everybody wants to have a nice house that they can enjoy, they can be proud of, you can have people in. And if you have pets, things happen. They have an accident, they throw up, whatever, you don't want to be embarrassed by that or have it. So our product makes it easy to clean, and then your house stays nice. It stays, we say, keep your home a haven for you and your pets. And our products allows that to happen. And with the pets, a lot of times, like the Humane Society website will actually say one of the top reasons people get rid of pets is because they have destructive behaviors, which includes soiling in the house or chewing furniture. Well, I can solve the soiling in the house, and that gives people enough time to get the dog trained in other ways. And same with cats. Sometimes they'll have an issue, they're trying, but they may have a bladder problem, and it makes them have accidents in places they would not normally go. And so we get that taken care of, and then it doesn't stress the owner out, and therefore they're not stressed with their pets.
Brilliant. This way we get to keep the pets that we've now fallen in love with in our home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I'm trying to turn off my messages here. Hang on. Come on. Quit messages. Sorry. Somebody's been texting me. Anyway, you have a program called Unique Puppy Partnerships. This gets me very excited. Tell me about what this is.
Okay, so we have partnered with Freedom Service Dogs of America. They're based right here in the Denver area. And they have this incredible program where they typically take dogs from rescues, train them up, and partner them or pair them with a person who needs help with their PTSD, autism, MS, people that have diabetes, seizures. These dogs get trained for 2 years into this program to help the people. Wow. And the reason we got involved, one of the things is sometimes they have people that have specific issues with being allergic to dogs. Okay. So how do you do, or someone in the family is allergic to dogs. Right. So you still need the dog. So we're trying to connect them and help them get puppies that are non-allergic breeds so they can get them trained. So, because those are a little harder to find in rescues.
Yeah, so a lot of shelters won't have the poodles. Like every once in a while, you can find a poodle, or even a lot of the doodles aren't really allergen free. A lot of people, there's a misnomer that every single doodle is going to be, allergen free, but a lot of them aren't because of the way they were bred or just came out that way. So, right. So because I did meet a woman who found a doodle in the shelter, and I know that there is a doodle rescue because a lot of people, for whatever their reasons are, even though it's such a popular, breed or combination of breeds, they, there's still a need for these rescue groups. But then you have dogs that you need to be guaranteed that are, for example, a poodle that's going to be, allergen free.
Right.
So your program.
Yeah. So we take a percentage of sales from the product.
Right.
And that goes to purchasing a dog for that, or a puppy, because they want to start them young and get them through the whole training program. And it takes a full 2 years and teams of people to train these dogs. And that's one of the fun things. Because it's based here, we can go visit them, and they have some really great programs. So you can go in, they put you through, and they see what level of dog trainer you can be. So say you're level 3, you can go in and there's a board and there's leashes, and it says, like this dog can go out and he can be with this level person, and they bring their treat bags and they come in, they clip up that dog, they take them out and play with them and just work with them, socialize them and train them. And then they bring them back in. So there's all these people that live in the area that can just go out and play with those dogs anytime they want. And it's a really great program. That way they get to meet a lot of people too.
It's good for socialization for the dogs and super fun for the, you know.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I remember learning about Freedom Service Dogs years ago. They were one of the first organizations that I became aware of that was taking dogs from the shelters, you know, and assessing them and saying, you know, and you when you're adept at this, when you're familiar with how this works, and you've been working with these dogs for a long time, you know after a while this dog has the right temperament and has the potential to be a service dog. Now they could take them out and work with them, and they don't end up being appropriate for a service dog, but they could very well be, you know, perfect. Now they're a well-trained family pet. But one of the things that I had heard, and then you recently shared with me again also, is that, you know, in some areas, including your area, there's fewer dogs in the shelter too. So you get to a point where, you know, we want to train dogs to help people. And if they're not in the shelter, you know, where are we getting them? Well, sometimes it's from a breeder, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes. And one other thing that I do, because, you know, like I met you through Women in the Pet Industry,
Yeah.
I have all these other friends I've met there. So a lot of times if they'll have an overstock for whatever reason of a product,
Yeah.
and they know I do this, they'll get me things. So like I have a box of toys to deliver from Mammoth Toys. So it's all these great chew toys and pull toys, and then I'll just go give them to them, and then they can give them to the families or have them there in the facility to be able to play with the dogs. So it's kind of fun to match up other people that can help them too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, and how did you start with this idea of the, you know, unique puppy partnerships? Because I think it's so great that you're teaming up with Freedom Service Dogs, you know, through your product sales.
Well, we wanted to do something and give back to the community. And, you know, there's all kinds of programs out there. You can, you know, join a company that feeds dogs and things like that. But we wanted to go see the facility and be able to see it in action. And I went with one of the people on my team, and we went down there, met with the people, and we're like, we love this. We love these people. We love this concept. This is so fun. And it's, you know, and I can also give them products to clean their kennels and things like that. So they always have that as well. And we just felt so strongly about these animals are changing people's lives.
Oh,
and we loved that.
Beautiful. Really beautiful. I have like chills right now because I think it's so great. And you know that that's totally up my alley. Anything, you know, human animal bond, the ways that animals help people and people help animals. I think it's so great. And so we've kind of answered the question, but you know, how does your unique puppy partnerships and unique pet care products make the world a more compassionate place?
You know, it's just being able to make it so pets are comfortable, or, you know, people are comfortable with their pets. And, you know, that whole, if your house is clean and you feel good about your pet, there's just no stresses. I have a dog that is a marker, and it's funny, you know, I could get really mad when he does that, but instead I just say, I have a product for that. No problem. You know, and I don't get frustrated with, you know, I do get a little frustrated with him, but I don't get mad at him. It's just like, oh, I'll clean it up. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
So it just, you know, and then where we can work with a company like Freedom Service Dogs, it just makes it nice that we can give back to people in that community, that it's going to help them in the long run. It's going to change their life. It's exciting.
That's great. Do you have a favorite story that you would like to share?
You know, I do. I have this. I'm going to read you a testimonial of a guy that sent us. And it says, the only reason my dog is still with us today. So it says, after losing both our dogs on the same weekend last year, my wife and I took a hiatus from dog ownership. After 10 months, we finally broke down and got a new puppy, Rocky. It had been so long since we had to house train a dog, we forgot what a chore can be. On several occasions, my wife reminded me that the return period at the rescue shelter was still open. Unique bought the dog enough time to get through the difficult period of house training with our inherited and hated white carpet still intact. I'm happy to report that Rocky is still with us and has become a fantastic family pet. Thank you, Unique.
That is amazing. And that, my friend, is why you do what you do.
Exactly. That's what, we solve a problem, and what a great thing.
Yeah, a dog got to stay, and has a happy home. And then the dog parents figure out how to train the dog. The dog figures out how not to pee in the house. And it's great. And then, and because a lot of times, like, my dogs will make other kind of messes or whatever because they were sick or whatever. And because they're house trained, although they're older now, so who knows what the next couple of years are going to bring. But I go straight for your product underneath my sink. I'm like, I know what I got for this, I don't know, it's like I got my holster, I got this spray, I'm
You're set.
I'm all set. So do you have any new products coming out or anything special you want to share? You want to show us a little bit?
Yeah. Well, we have one of our products coming out, and I'm working remotely, so I don't have all my products with me like I normally have. But we have a product called Infusions, and it is a very eco-friendly product, and it's another reason we love it. It's so inexpensive to ship because it doesn't weigh anything. So what we'd have is you get a 24-ounce bottle.
So this is your normal regular bottle?
This is our normal regular bottle. Okay. That bottle looks a little different, but it's a 24-ounce spray bottle.
Okay.
So then you get attached to it as a little 3-ounce bottle of a concentrate. So the only weight is that 3 ounces of liquid.
So you get an empty big bottle with the concentrate. Okay, got it.
And then you just take the top off. You open your little bottle, you pour them in, you fill it up with water. You put your sprayer back on, give it a shake, and start using it. And then you can buy refills of the little guys. So again, you're not sending a whole big bottle. You just keep your spray bottle and you just keep refilling from the little guys.
Brilliant.
And they last up to 2 years. Once you mix it, it lasts up to 2 years. And the reason we did that is we have a concentrate, but once you mix it, you only have 7 days to use it because the bacteria is active. So we reformulated that product so that it's good for a full 2 years, full 2+ years of usable product. So
that's great. That's so great.
So it saves in shipping, and it just makes life easy for everybody. So we have that in the puppy version and in the regular, we call it our tried and true, our pet odor and stain eliminator.
Okay, so there's different concentrations for the puppies?
It's made a little different. It has it actually has a lavender scent that's kind of calming, and you tend to use a little bit more. So we've changed the formulation a little bit just so it just cleans well for the puppies. So it is, it's a little different formulation than our regular product.
Who knew? I haven't had puppies in so long. I didn't know. I've just had your regular doggy. So wonderful. Julie, this has been amazing. I've loved learning about your different products, and I'm very excited that people now, because of kombucha, they now understand how good and useful your products are. And I love everything that you do with Unique Puppy Partnerships, giving back to Freedom Service dogs. It's really great. It's really wonderful. Where can people find out more about Unique Pet Care products?
You just can go to TackleTinkle.com. So that's a pretty easy one to remember.
It's so good. It's so perfect. It's like, I just laugh every time I see it. I just laugh. So it's great. Put the smile on my face. So thank you, Julie. This has been phenomenal. I've really enjoyed speaking with you as always. And before we go, so, that's the official thank you, but don't leave yet. So before we go, I have a few announcements. Please join my community, animalmagicfilms.com, because we've got some new films coming up soon, and there's always news going on somewhere that I'm sharing. So please join me there. If you have not yet joined our Facebook group, The Science and Magic of the Human-Animal Bond, you can join us there. Please, we'll be doing more stuff in that group as well. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Animal Magic Films, if you happen to be seeing this there, so that you can see we will be doing these most weeks, but not every Tuesday. So you'll find out when new videos are coming out and new films as well. And if you have a story that you would like to share about the human-animal bond, please email me, and maybe it'll end up on my website, or maybe you'll participate in an interview like this. We'll figure something out. So again, if you want to learn more about unique pet care products, visit tackletinkle.com. It makes me smile every time. And thank you again, Julie. This has been fantastic.
Thank you, Diane. It's great being here with you.
Oh, it's always such a pleasure. And so thank you, everybody, for spending time with us today. We will be back here next Tuesday, December 8th at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And have a great week, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Julie.
Bye-bye.